How you guys and girls doing today? Tim918 here, y'all. Welcome back to the channel, man. Let's get right into it. We've got Jujutsu Kaisen, chapter 262. I know I'm a little bit late to the party, but better late than never, right? Let's get into it, man. I just wanted to talk about what the fuck is Todo doing here? Okay. I'm not feeling the best right now. My condition is a bit bizarre. Sorry for the various inconveniences. Akutami Gege. I hope Gege feels better, man, on some real shit. He's a goat, or she's a goat, I don't know. But yeah, we've got the 262. We're going to go over it in my analysis and what I think as we wait for 263 to drop. The Decisive Battle in the Uninhabited Demon-Infested Shinjaku by Gege Akutami. The King of Curses and the Prodigy of the Modern Era. The two face off in their altered forms. All right. Prodigy of the Modern Era. I don't think I'd go that far unless they're talking about Gojo. So it starts off with Yoiki Tenkai, right? Domain expansion, Akutsu and Sukuna in the Shrunken Barrier. The countermeasure Gojo Satoru worked out against Sukuna's domain was a Shrunken Barrier. For approximately 3 minutes, it is possible to withstand the effects of Malevolent Shrine beating down on the barrier from outside of the domain. Okay? So we go down. Doing switch training with Gojo Sensei allowed me to elevate my barrier techniques too. So this is Yuta speaking, from Gojo's mind, Yuta-jo, if you will. Taking Sukuna's fatigue into account, I should be able to stall the domain for 3 minutes like Gojo Sensei did. Ryomen Sukuna, on the other hand, was able to rid himself of the previously imposed 99-second time limit by restricting Malevolent Shrine's effective range to only the outline of Akutsu's domain. So we have finally figured out how the binding vows and all this other crazy shit work when it comes to Sukuna. That's the answer right there. So he can shrink down Malevolent Shrine's effective range, and by shrinking down the range, he's able to get rid of the 99-second time limit. So 3 minutes, it says within these 3 minutes, I'll damage Sukuna to the point that he can't maintain Malevolent Shrine. So he's thinking within those 3 minutes, he can just try to knock Sukuna out of using his domain. And Sukuna's like, man, I'm going to give a shit. I don't need 3 minutes. I'll destroy Unlimited Void and expand my effective range. This time, I'll be sure to slaughter them all. So Sukuna's going in for the kill. And it seems that Yuta-jo is simply trying to damage Sukuna enough to the point where he can no longer use Malevolent Shrine. As we see, Gojo, or excuse me, Yuta-jo. Man, this panel's funny as hell. I love the drawing, but Jesus Christ. Yuta-jo uses a blue, and we see Sukuna smiling. Now, right here, one thing I didn't notice when I first looked at the panel that I just noticed now is, holy shit, it is him closing the gap in on Yuta-jo. And this makes a lot more sense because, whenever you see Sukuna smiling, it's not good news, guys. So we see Sukuna grab Gojo's or Yuta-jo's hand and then punch him smack in the face. Yuta-jo surprised, like, whoa, he bypassed Infinity with Domain Amplification? So he's able to activate it while using domain expansion? Then Sukuna's thinking, naturally what occurred within a domain your little crows couldn't even enter wouldn't be known by you all. So, this right here confirms two things for me. Number one, of course, Sukuna is a genius, which we all knew by now. It's not really a confirm. It's just adding on to Sukuna being a genius. So Sukuna knows that Yuta would not be aware of everything that Gojo knew, even though he was implanted into Gojo's body. He wouldn't know absolutely everything, right? And Sukuna is already thinking 2 steps ahead of Yuta-jo. And number two, this goes into the whole, is Gojo strong because he was born that way, or was he born that way because he's Gojo, or whatever the hell the saying is? Are you the strongest because you're Gojo Satoru, or are you Gojo Satoru because you are the strongest? And in my opinion, that answers the question right here. He is the strongest because of who he is. He isn't who he is because he's the strongest. He built this shit himself. I think I said that right. I think I said that correctly. But yes, he's the strongest because of who he is, not anything else, right? And then last but not least, we have Yuta sitting here. Yuta's body, it looks like, being held by Rika. Rika's hitting the wah right, which is the crying sound, you could say. Yuta, and she's extremely upset. As we can see right here, we have Rika fully manifested. However, I'm not gonna lie to you, I have no idea what the hell this means. I mean, I know what it means is fully manifested. I know that that means that she is now in her final form, like a Pokemon, right? In the final stage, like she's out now, like she's here, you know. But I wonder what this means in relation to Yuta, in relation to the fight. Like, what is she gonna do now since she's fully manifested? Is she gonna go to the battlefield and just take Yuta's body and throw it at Sukuna as a final attempt? Like, I'm not so sure. That's why it leaves it up to speculation. JJK returning in 21 days after this. So let me know what y'all think about this chapter. Of course, we got a short chapter, 7 pages, because Gege is not feeling well, and I pray for his or her speedy recovery. But as of right now, everything is down to the wire now, right? Like Gojo or Utajo is going to have to inflict some severe damage. Obviously, if it goes the way that Sukuna wants it to go, the fight's over. Like, it's done. If he's able to do exactly what he plans on doing, which is destroy Unlimited Void and then expand his domain, like, that's it. I don't see Yuji and Todo or anyone else surviving that. So I do hope that Utajo is able to somehow, some way, do enough damage to actually bring Sukuna's shrine down and make sure he at least can't use that. So even if Utajo or Yuta dies in Gojo's body and it's over for him, that at least Yuji and Todo can deliver the final blow to Sukuna, because he won't have Malevolent Shrine, and he's already been weakened with the Black Flash and everything else. Now, some people are speculating too that it's possible that Gojo takes over his body, kind of like how Geto did when he was in Kenjaku's body and he was in the underground, the train station. How he, Gojo said, stop playing around, and Geto grabbed Kenjaku's neck, right? So some people are saying maybe Gojo will wake up within his own body and not fight to get his body back, because that would mean Yuta is definitely dead. But maybe he starts controlling his own body, so that way he can say to Yuta, look, this is how it's done. Let me show you how to use my body properly. And maybe Gojo's able to take over within enough time frame to where he's actually able to do something to Sukuna. Sukuna recognizes that, like, oh shit, this is Gojo that's controlling his own body for a second now. And he fucks up Sukuna enough to do enough damage. And maybe Utajo gets knocked unconscious, Utajo dies or some shit like that. I'm not so sure. Maybe Rika comes back to the battlefield and gets Utajo's body once it collapses and tries to save Utajo. And it leaves just Yuji, Sukuna, and Todo. But let me know what y'all think, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Simpson 918, out of here.